Air travelers across Nigeria may have to seek alternative resolution as aviation unions have begun a two-day warning strike. With the disruption of activities, domestic and international airlines have been forced to cancel flights, leaving many passengers stranded. Members of the unions blocked the entrance to the Murtala Mohammed Airport domestic terminal over protest against what they say is the government's failure to address their concerns. Our correspondent Mary Kanu now reports.
As early as 7 a.m. on Monday, the streets of Lagos witnessed an unusual stretch of traffic gridlock caused by the promises made by a coalition of aviation workers' unions to embark on a two-day warning strike over the failure of the federal government to address their concerns. The aviation workers, under the umbrella of different unions, blocked the access roads to the international and domestic wings of the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos State, leaving several travelers distraught amid desperate efforts to catch their flights. Chanting solidarity songs and dancing to loud music despite the harsh weather, the aviation workers in Lagos joined their counterparts in other states in the country to protest unpalatable working conditions.
The conditions of service for some of the agencies which had been gone through due process, some of them for up to 13 years, have been lying fallow at the Salaries and Wages Commission and the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. And all efforts, including by the Ministers of Aviation and Minister of Labour, have all failed to achieve the desired result.
The strike falls on the heels of a meeting called by the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, which ended in a stalemate with the unions insisting on going ahead with the strike, as well as the planned demolition of their Lagos offices.
It's part of the demands in 2019 when we threatened to shut down. But we shielded our swords then. We didn't do anything because they assured us that everything was going to become normal by March end of that year. Look at where we are now, still asking for the same thing. I mean, they are still the same demands that we have been fighting for all these years, except for one that is just creeping in, which is the demolition, the threat to demolish the headquarters of the agencies in Lagos just because they want to relocate everybody to Abuja.
Despite the unions issuing a notice informing their members to prepare for a warning strike, travelers as well as residents say they were oblivious of the industrial action.
There was a lot of hold up in the Keja. We've been coming, trying to wriggle out. But getting here now is just that the whole place is stuck up. My have to drop me on the bridge. I have to be trekking down to the airport. I have an appointment to meet in Port Harcourt. As this, I'm not sure whether I could be able to meet up with the appointment. So that's how it affects me. Then moreover, of course, trekking that is like a little bit of exercise.
International airports to this point, I am now, took me like 1 hour for something minutes. A distance of almost 2 kilometers, like 10 minutes drive. Took me close to 2 hours. Somebody woke up this morning to go for a business, to earn a living. You just stop the person somewhere. A movement of 5 minutes is now 2 hours plus.
Despite the disruptions the warning strike has caused, aviation union workers say plans are on ground for a prolonged strike action if their demands are not met. As aviation employees launch their second strike this year in protest of working conditions and pay, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Chapter, has asked travelers to make contingency plans in order to avoid missing their appointments. Mary Kanu, TV 360, Lagos.